So Darren, it's no wins in 9. It's bottom of the table for Yeovil Town and a 3-1 defeat today. What went wrong?
They scored 3 and we scored 1. I thought that we're all very embarrassed in there. We're all very, very humbled and embarrassed by, especially the first half performance. And you know, I've been coaching for 20 years, and not once have I ever felt the need to play very direct, almost A to B in all forms. But today I did, and that's an indictment on our playing performances. Massive indictment. Didn't feel comfortable at all giving it to a midfield player. Second half, no, let's get the ball forward. And we might have to go through that stage now of being like that to try and break down a win, because it's an awful run, no one's hiding from that. But the first half performance everyone gets beat. We're having a good season or a bad season, you lose games, but the manner of the first half performance was an absolute embarrassment. So and we all feel that, and like I said, we're all very humbled by it. But running, kicking, the bedrock of any successful team, tackling, those things were void. We were void of them, and that that's unacceptable. That don't sit right with me. I grew up on a council estate. I was brought up very well, good values, trying your hardest. That's how I've become a full-time football manager, because I tried my hardest, not through talent, just through trying very, very hard and sticking with it. So that to me is an unacceptable form of performance in any way, shape or form. And unfortunately, when you lose in that manner, and it isn't early enough to say, some of those you won't see again in the Yeovil shirt, because as soon as you lose trust of what goes down the tunnel, unfortunately you can't let it go down the tunnel anymore. So as we've done all season, it feels like all season we're going to have to start again, try and find another system, another shape, another way of playing. It is absolutely tiring trying to find that winning mechanic, but you've got to find it.
How disappointed were you with the 3 Hartlepool goals as well? Because the way they came about and the way they scored them, there were defensive errors, weren't there?
But I think the first one was 2.5 minutes, and we'd been in the box for 2.5 minutes. First attack up the pitch, it's just soft. It's just very, very soft. Passive. I thought it was passive-like. And by the way, why we're sort of bearing our soul, I thought it could have been 4 or 5 by half time. So no one's pulling the wool over my eyes. Morgan was injured, and we had to bring him off at half time, and he played with that injury. I don't know for how long in that first half, but he got to a point where something had to do. So, and were we better second half? I hate watching that type of football. It's not me. It's not what I like to watch. But needs a must, and I thought we needed to get the ball forward. I thought we needed to create some sort of chaos in the box, and we had probably a million entries into the box, but we hadn't scored a goal second half.
Joe Quigley did snatch that goal just before half time, but it's only 4 in the last 6 league games. Is the lack of goals a concern as well?
Before today we'd conceded 2 less than last year, but we'd scored 7 less. It's a massive concern. You have to have a goalkeeper in form, and you have to have forwards in form if you are going to be successful. And that's in the distant future for us. But even now, you need to take those chances. And you can see the anxiety, especially especially Murphy, for example, who shot really early second half when he could have had a touch and taken it for own goal. There's an anxious now and an anxiety to get that goal and try and build that belief in his finishing ability. But I think they're all in that position. The team has to score the goals. The team has to defend, and we're certainly not scoring enough.
Almost a quarter of the way through the season now. 11 games will be the quarter mark. Is there pressure on you as a manager with Yeovil not having any wins at this point?
Yeah, I think there's always pressure on the manager. Listen, I don't feel any different tonight as I did when we got beat 2-1 at Hartlepool after winning 7 in a row. Defeat to me, losing, is the pit of despair. I mean, it's a horrible, horrible place for a football manager, and you don't get over that until your next win. And that's the thing, and it stays a lot longer with you than when you win. When you win, you have an hour, and then you get ready worrying about the next game. Now that there's 7 days of real grief. But I said to the players, they've ruined my week. I'm going to ruin their week. They won't. They're in tomorrow. They're in Monday. They're in Tuesday. They're in Wednesday. We've got loads of time to talk. We've got loads of time to show them what it means to play for Yeovil. And I thought we'd redefine that last year. Sorry, not redefined it. We'd reincarnated those qualities that Yeovil teams of the past had. Real hard work, roll up your sleeves, good character. And it just reminded me again today with no Dickinson, no Collins, no Charlie Lee, those really big characters. Josh Staunton's a big character. It just reminded me why you had those experienced players around, and I've been forever told this year so far that the team's too old, but that's what you get when you have experienced players. You have fight and resilience, and they know when to kind of shut the game up and get it back under control before they open up. But we have to work with the fit and available, and the fit and available that I put out today were nowhere near good enough.
Thanks for your time, Darren.
Cheers, thank you.